Check. 1 2 1 2. Vader Games in the building. What up, my people? What up, my people? I can't believe I wasn't on screen at that time. Listen, first things first. My peoples come first. My people, those that are here, those that are no longer here, always thought of and remembered. I'm Vader Games. This is Vader Games TV. This is an episode of CIA Intelligent Agendas. And listen, when you tune in to the channel on this day in particular, just understand the balanced talk about ball Vader. I gotta put that Vader on the shelf. I gotta put that side of me. I gotta move that Vader over here. Now, the agenda. The one's gotta apply pressure on the rival clubs. The one that's gotta point out all the flaws everywhere else. That's the Vader you're tuning into right now. And I'm not going to be doing this alone. I won't be doing this show alone. You know how it is. My green screen's kind of messing up. But all right. But let me say this. This show in particular, rival club agendas are formed, are developed, are harnessed, are perfected, are scripted, right? So rival agendas are formed. This is after week game 16. So week game 16 just took place. All right, we had the games that played out. I'm going to see, and I'm going to talk to you all in the chat. All played out, so we're going to be dealing with it. And I'm not going to waste your time. Those of you in the chat, those of you that are going to be a part of the show with your comments, I am not going to waste your time. We're only going to focus on the main threats. We're only going to focus on the teams that really can hamper, can cause problems with regards to our title pursuit, our cup pursuits. All right, we had a big week and we're going to break it all down. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show love to the very first person in the building. It was showing love to me in the building early and being like, listen, Vader, I'm subscribed. Listen, Vader, the notifications I got up, and I'm going to let you know from the jump what is going on. And today, in the building, my girl DC goes, another great win, Vader. Let's keep it rolling. DC, what a win. What a win. And if you missed it, I did a match reaction earlier on this channel. I did a match reaction. I talked about the 11. I talked about the players that we had available. I talked about the players that we didn't have available. I talked about the players' performances. We had this win against Crystal Palace, the second best defense in the league. The second best defense in their house without Doku. We scored 3 on them, and it should have been more. Listen, bless, love to each and every one of you. DC goes, big up Blues. Hit the like button. Show me some love. Appreciate it. Always appreciate it. LFC in the building. She goes, big up Vader. GLE. Am I the gaslighter extraordinaire? Extraordinary? Am I really that guy though? My gal in the building. I try not to blush when I see her in the chat. My gal in the building. Vader, a double dose of you suits me just fine. You're gonna make me blush, Rose. Don't do that. Man City is back, and I love it. I love it too. What a win. I'm gonna have a fantastic show for you guys. Fantastic show. Listen, hi to people in the building. Listen, Ray, all smiles. Where my shades at? Should I break out the shades? It's a big win, but I'm gonna stay calm. Should I break out the stage? I mean, we beat Real Madrid earlier. We just beat Crystal Palace. We just saw Arsenal play against and struggle against Wolves. Maybe I should break the shade. Nah, it's too early to break the shades. Ray, it's too early to break the shades. Rose saying what up to DC in the building. Sam, big up Vader in the chat. Hit the like button. We got a show to break down game week 16. And let me, before I continue on with those of you in the chat, love as always, good looking out. This week started with some stress. This week did start with some stress, right? Because we had the going into the week a game versus Real Madrid, a game where we said Is Pep gonna run the same 11? Who do we see being dropped? Who's gonna be playing in that game for us? And then not only that, we were gonna play that Real Madrid game, whatever 11 it was, and we know the 11, and then pretty much take that same team to have to play Crystal Palace, and we were gonna have the most confident because of the same quality of player that we had in Real Madrid. Lo and behold, we're going into the Crystal Palace game, and we don't have Doku, who was chefing it up, cooking. He was doing it all. And this is the thing. I felt the ref in the Real Madrid game did not do Doku any favors. A lot of physical contact, a lot of knockdowns. No, not as many fouls were called that I think should have been called. And as a result, we now have Doku with a knock, can't play in Crystal Palace. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought that we had a good enough 11 to get the job done, but I didn't think it was going to be a 3-0 clean sheet. I didn't think that. I didn't think it was going to be one of those games. I didn't think it was going to be a game where we were going to see Reinders on that pitch. We saw Bernardo play another full game. We saw Nico Gonzalez play another full game. It's wild. That result was great. Let me do this real quick. Apologies. I'm gonna change out my glasses because the other ones, for some reason, I think there's a certain reflective. So apologies for that break. What did I do with my cloth? Now, I hate when StreamYard puts up this. I take it off every time, and they put the name. Why do they do that? I don't want that on there. Thank you. Let me go back to the comments. Where y'all at? All right, let me catch up real quick. Big up. I said LFC in the building. GLE. Jokes as always. Sam goes, Arsenal with the eye bleeding football, embarrassing. Sam. Now, you know this CIA intelligent agendas. One thing which is an agenda in its formation. All right, you're going to hear it. Probably heard me say it before, but we're going to continue to reinforce it. In a time where so much was being praised for long throws, the dark arts, right? The football like back in the day, like just bruising football, non-attractive, very opposite to my chat. I know I got a very attractive chat, but unattractive football. We Manchester City are doing what we're doing. Pep recognized that the change of football is there, the physicality in football is there, but to say that it's gonna be ugly, long throws and just set pieces and not many goals from open play, like the beauty of the game, nah. We're not gonna deal with this eye bleeding football. That ain't us. That's over there. Here at Manchester City, quality is what we're gonna have over here. Let me see what else we're saying. Trouble. We should replace Bernardo with Rodri in the upcoming games for more control. If Rodri's available, I don't think Bernardo plays as much. If Rodri's available, I don't think Nico Gonzalez plays as much. The concern is how available is Rodri? We can't rush him back. We cannot afford to rush Rodri back and then suffer another delay. I think despite that, I think we need to be looking at another potential 6 in this January window. I think if we're going to spend big money, let's spend big money in a position that we really struggle with. A position that we really struggle with to replace. All right? And this is one thing I'm going to ask each and every one of you in the chat, especially my blues, okay? I'm not sure if you're following me on Twitter X. If you are, bonus. If you're not, okay. But I would like for us to kind of establish a little bit of an exchange with regards to some stats that we come across that are like, ooh, that stat's juicy. That's a nice stat. Ooh, that's a CIA stat. You know what I mean? Because I say that because let me go to my bookmarks on Twitter X. Let me tell you, Erling Haaland has scored more goals for Manchester City than Cristiano Ronaldo scored for Manchester United. And we all know how brilliant CR7 was for United. Our guy, our killer up front, has scored more goals than him before he went on to his greatness. And again, I think Erling still has levels to get to, right? I'm not going to be crazy and saying he's the next CR7. No, but his impact, his contribution to the game. That's what I want to emphasize here. Now, I got agents already. I got agents in the streets, and I can't wait to bring these agents to the streets. Let me catch up with these comments before I bring the agents to the streets. Hold on. Let me see. Zane in the building. Went too fast. Sam got up. We definitely need a physical. Yeah, we need someone physical. We need someone really physical. Not only be able to like withstand maybe some challenges and hold up the ball, but also physical with regards to the pace of the game, getting up and down that pitch, just being that safety bridge between the midfield and the defense. We need someone in there. Keep everything nice connected. Erling Zane goes, Erling Haaland needs to slow down because this level of scoring consistently is unheard of. It is unheard of, but no, he doesn't need to slow down. What do you say? Well, Zane, what are you talking about? Zane, how are you, a Liverpool fan who had Mo Salah with all of his scoring, telling me that Erling needs to slow down? Get out of here. No, Erling needs to go. Here's what I want. I want Erling. Because again, Mo did a madness. What was it? 47 GA in the last season? 47? I think Erling had 44 G and A in our trouble season. I would so like for Erling to break the GA record and the majority of that being G. Like that would be the madness, because what's the most difficult thing to do in football? Score goals. If he had way more goals and breaking that record, you know how I'm gonna move with that agenda. I mean, I'm gonna move with that agenda. Yes, he broke the record, but he also broke the record with more goals. That agenda is gonna kill. Oh, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna chill on this. I got agents in the back. I need to bring them to the screen, but let me do my intros real quick. Sam also said, yeah, to clean up that midfield. I hear you. Touchline. He goes, the Red Sharks are surfing. Large up, bless up, touchline, United fan. I see you in the chat. Good looking out. Hey, I look forward to being on another panel show with you. Love my guy. Zane, but to play advocate, CR7 wasn't a striker. No, he wasn't. Okay, he wasn't a striker. I'll give you that. Haaland was so good today, absolutely, and not just with goal scoring. Let me go to touchline, because I know he wants to get this one in. CR7 was a winger, Haaland was a striker. I hear it. But you know what thing I didn't say? Haaland scored 146 goals in 168 games. 168 games. Oh, that's wild. That's wild. Oh, hey, I know 22, right? You got to add 22 difference, but almost a goal a game. Now you got Ronaldo. He was a winger. Okay. All right. 45 goals in 346 games. I'm saying we are witnessing the best goal scorer. All right. The best goal scorer. So efficient. All right, let me chill. Let me put a star in that one, because I know the agendas are going to run away with that. Let me bring the first agent. to the show. All right. Let me bring the first agent to the show. Now, this agent, and I hope he better be ready, because I'm going to bring him to the stage. This agent had to be on the ground. This agent was made sure that he was in the field, right? He's in the field recording. Right, he had a vantage point. He was able to see the game. He was able to see the players. He was able to see the manager. He was in the mix. This agent was in the mix with video documentation. Now, I'm not going to put the video here on this show. Maybe we'll do something a little later. But the agent in the field today, let me reveal it real quick. Let me tease it real quick. Where is this at? Let me see. Agent Conway in the building. What are you saying, Conway?
Yo, wait, man, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm glad to be home. I'm glad to be home with a happy mood, happy spirit.
I'm,
Yo,
I'm
man, I'm lit today, bro. I'm lit. I can't lie.
Yo, trust me, trust me. I'm glad you got home safe. I'm glad you were able to witness what you witnessed. I don't. Let me let me first start. What was the vibe like? Obviously, you saw the 11. You were probably the first to hear it. What was the vibe like after seeing the 11? What were your emotions like?
I'm gonna tell you. Well, first and foremost, getting down there was hard. It was a bit confusing because normally when you're going to Selhurst Park, there's a train station called Taunton Heath that was
Okay.
closed, so I had to get off at Selhurst. It was a bit of a longer walk than if I had to get off at Taunton Heath. But I was on the train, and
Okay.
before I got off at Selhurst Station, I saw that Doku wasn't in the squad, and I was like, well, I'm seeing because I knew before that game that Glasner said that he's starting Klein, and Nathaniel Klein with he's old. He's old. He's not the old Klein. The young version of himself. I thought Doku would have had a cooking chest today, man, and we would have been comfortable on the left wing and whatnot, but. I saw the lineup and I was like, okay, Reinders is getting in instead of Doku. I was like, all right, cool. I'm walking on my way to the stadium. I'm seeing the.
Oh, did I lose you? You cut out. I might have lost Conway for a second, so I'll wait for him to get back. But I'm also do this and listen, those of you in the chat, we are going to talk about Haaland's goal scoring and the rate that he's going at. We're going to have to talk about, like I said earlier in the show, we got to talk about the rivals. This is CIA, set intelligent agendas. We're going to have the agenda set and lined up for who's the most threatening or who's
Yo,
who's
Vaya, can you
provoked
still
them.
hear me?
Yeah, you're back now. You're back. Yeah.
Yeah. My apologies, mate. I got a
All
call.
good. All good.
But yeah, what I was saying is I was walking to the ground. I saw the Blues. It was because you know when you're walking towards Selhurst Stadium, you got to take a hill to go to the away section. It's like a small little hill, and then I took a left. I saw the Blues. Everyone was singing. The mood was up. I sat down because I actually had a good view. You know, with Selhurst, the one bad thing about it is the away section, and where I was sat, because obviously I didn't have the roof of the stadium like right below me, so. Oh, the entire of the first half, the sun was blocking my view. So my entire row, and the 5 rows ahead of me, close to the pitch, we had to have our hands on our forehead just to, make sure that we could see. You know what I'm saying? But if I knew the sun was gonna be blocking my eyes, I would have got a hat today or some shit. But I had my hand on my forehead the whole first half, but thankfully the sun went down in the second half as it was closer to sunset. Because obviously, UK winter. The sun sets around 4:30, closer to 4 o'clock. So I had to put me in the first half. My hands were on my forehead, but I think the mood was lit. Obviously, we're gonna dissect the game as we go into the show. But I want to say before we do that well, this was my first away game this season. I haven't had the opportunity to go to many away games, so this was my first of the season. Nice. But I just want to reiterate something I always say: the fact that we've got the best away fans in the league, and I don't just say that, just because I support City. I've seen so many away fan bases who chant whenever the team score a goal. We were rooting for the team from the second the minute blew the whistle in the first half. Bro, we were rooting for them. There was one point where Cherky came to us and he started clapping. It was like in the 20th minute, and the camera doesn't catch these things. But when you're at the game, you can see Cherky come to us and he's like, "Yo, yes, he's clapping." Nice. He's not bringing his hand up trying to rile us up because we're already singing. He's clapping for us because
he's saying thank you for cheering from the beginning. Yeah. I like that. From
the beginning, we were cheering them on, bro. And I think, when it comes to us as a fan base, especially away. Well, no one can talk to us in that regard.
I respect that. Now, I got agents backstage. Listen, you just heard Conway. He was out in the field. He was giving us first-hand accounts of what he saw just before kickoff, and obviously as the game was going. Now, I know exactly what he's talking about because watching the game, even how it was picked up on camera, that difference between lit and non-lit, even the players themselves when they were looking back to try and see where their teammates were and where the ball was, were having difficulty. The fact that Conway was like this for like 20 plus minutes in the game was kind of wild. Now, this next agent, can't sleep on it. can't sleep on this agent with regards to tactical information, with regards to bringing in a perspective that sometimes you just got to sit back and be like, okay, I didn't think of it that way. Okay, all right, that's something to consider. This agent is going to be giving us some valuable information when we do get into the game and we want to dissect and maybe assess first 20 minutes, the remainder, closing out the half, things of that nature. So without further ado, let me go and bring this agent to the field. Let me do a proper intro as well. Let me find it here. Let me find my agent. I do need to organize this better. We got Gundalorian in the building.
Hey! That image looks like me, man. Carrying my suitcase to work.
Hey, what you think? Hey, listen, Vader Games TV production's on point. Who do you think was the model for this one? You were the model for this bad boy. How you doing, Carl?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm very good, Vader.
Awesome.
Can't complain.
Now,
Well, why does Gundalorian have a Newcastle display pick? What's going on?
Wait. I was gonna ask him that, but hold on. Let's do some pleasantries first. Yeah, let's do.
Someone must have hacked my account, man. That's not me. What the hell is that?
This was gonna be my question after I asked.
Is that Tina? Or is that?
I'm so lost right now.
Is that Tina?
Oh, you asking who did that?
Yeah, it's not me.
I have no idea.
Jeez,
I can't do it on my end.
Okay, I'll check it out. I don't know who that is, man. That's not me. Steve did that. Why did Steve do that? Kelly said Steve did that.
This guy, yeah, you got to be careful who you give access to. That's messed up.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. Yeah.
Yeah, Steve.
I didn't give him access to my account.
Steve, we're gonna find you for that. We're gonna find you for that one. I think the host
logged into Pat's account. Okay, Pat.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think when hosting, you have the ability to change profiles and stuff like that.
Hey, Steve, change it back, man. That's not me. I got the 5 in a row. I got the five trophies.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to switch that up, but it's okay. You know what? Yeah. In disguise, incognito, being able to get some information. I mean, there is some potential Newcastle information with regards to our right back that might come in valuable. But Gundalorian, pitch points.
Yeah.
The news, because I asked Conway this, the news with regards to no Doku. Were you thinking no Doku, no problem? What was your thoughts with regards to the starting?
No, there's always a problem. I mean, Doku's just another level, bro.
Ooh,
I mean, listen. When you talk about big games, right? We talk about Madrid away. We talk about at the Emirates, Liverpool, United. Your boy was cooking all of them, right? Cooking all of them. And in this game here, another big game away, if Doku was available, he roasts client. I mean, he turns into suya. You know what suya is? So in Nigeria, suya, right? You take meat, you chop it up, put it on the grill, put some pepper on it. Mm-hmm. Oh, it takes him out and makes him suya. Goat suya, man. Make him goat suya. But he wasn't available. So I knew what Pep was going to do. He was going to play the fullbacks high and wide, play more Foden, Shirky, more inside. Nunez will hug one line, and O'Reilly will hug the other line. And we need to give credit to those fullbacks. Yeah. Right? Because they were shaky at first because these guys kept breaking through the middle. Bernardo was a bit too high, and many times Nico was a little tired. So you could Nico Gonzalez a little tired. You can see we lost the middle. And that's a sacrifice, right? But the defense stood strong. That game was won because we didn't crack. We buckled, we bent, we kind of in the wind, we bent in the wind, but we didn't crack. And when you get the first goal, it just changes everything. The whole rhythm of the game changes completely. Right. So that game was about the defense, the back four not bending, flexing, but not cracking.
I hear it. I agree. And you could see that there's some figuring out, there's some testing, there's some probing, there's some, let me lure you out, see how you're going to defend. I thought it was typical City. I didn't allow too much frustration to kick in, knowing that Doku was missing, and we're going to try to figure out a different way to get at it.
What I love the most, Conway and Veta, about this game the most, right? And Doku's not available because he was injured, fine, right? But if Doku was available, he plays. Was that the manager has found his best 11. And I remember match week 1 or match week 2, Conway, the big issue was, bruh, play these 11. This is the 11 that we want. Ask Kelly. Kelly will tell you from day one, the 11 that went to Madrid is the 11 that we've been calling for all season. Right? Anything else apart from that for me was just off. This 11, because they have the athleticism, the youth, the energy, the vibe to go play this way, less possession for the most part, not today, and just in transition with deadly.
Okay. Well, I want to keep note of that, because obviously discovering, and I've spoken about this on a few shows, the chat will know, where it's like Pep's got his 11, maybe his 12, who might be subbed out, and so on. And it's important that we recognize it, but we also know how often can he go to this 11 game after game, because we are going to be playing every 4 days. Now, let me bring this next agent to the stage. This next agent reps incredibly well. I can see the evolution in terms of when she wants to snipe at rivals and when she also wants to just kind of hold back and use that information at a later time. So let me bring this next agent to the... Kel's in the building. What are you saying, Kels?
Hey, Conway, how'd those away fans sound from the home section?
No, I was in the away section, just to let you know. I was in the away section.
Shots.
There you were.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
I actually shared multiple videos on multiple group chats just to let you guys see what was going on.
I noticed that, Conway, and I was like, listen, Conway is not dealing with it. Conway is not going to let any of those shots happen in spaces.
No, but instead of thanking me for those videos, guys want to throw shots at me, yeah? This is the thanks I get. Say it no more.
Tough love is what they're
this
giving
to me?
you, man.
What did that go say? You want to do this to me?
Listen, it's crazy. Now, this message was out to Gundalorian just because of the Abbey, but we'll get that sorted. Now, listen, Kels, I gotta ask you as well. No Doku, were you like, oh, we got a problem, or were you like, no Doku, I think the manager will figure this out? What was your energy? What was your vibes like?
Yeah, I was definitely a little alarmed. I woke up. That game was a very early kickoff for me, so I was already half asleep. There was a 6 a.m. kickoff for me, so I woke up kind of early to start the stream. And I looked at the lineup, and I was like, oh, what? It's like, wait, where's Doku? And I think in the first half, we missed him as an outlet. So that was a little frustrating, because he's been one of our best attackers this year, so you never want to see him out of the lineup. And I've just been frustrated, because I've said, like, give this guy a little bit of a break, because this is my biggest fear, is him getting injured right when Marmouche is about to leave. So that worried me. And,
no, it's fair. It's fair. Now we've got it's a fair concern. I think the game that Doku put in versus Real Madrid he's most likely going to have some knocks. If you're going to give him a chance to get a breather, maybe this game, Brentford game, who knows? But I was really happy with how our team performed without him. See how there are questions asked and how we can perform. I have to say, it was refreshing, and I don't know if any of you want to chime in, but it was refreshing, because I can easily remember when everybody was like, "Why is Doku starting?" I don't forget the time when it was like, "Why is he still on that pitch?" And now it's like, "Oh, where is Doku? We need him on that pitch."
I've always backed Doku. I've always known from day one he was going to cook. He brings what's special. What's special about him is that he's a dribbler, right? His explosiveness from a starting position is just incredible. No one's like him. And all he had to do was find his form. Now, about resting him, the reason why I don't agree with Kelly is because, if you don't go to Madrid with Doku, you don't get that result. You don't play against. You don't play.
I didn't mean the Madrid game. I just meant other games before. Even this. Marmouche has been healthy for like 6
weeks.
Let me finish. You could have found time to rest him.
Let me finish. Right. Even against Liverpool, Arsenal, all those big games where you don't play Doku, if you play Marmouche, you don't win those games. You don't. You just don't. Marmoush hasn't shown us this season when he's on the field that he's been able to take the bullet by the to bite the bullet. So you don't rest Doku because he can play him. So okay, now he's out. Maybe hopefully not too long. Okay, now we have rhythm. Now you have other players who can come in. Marmoush is not there, but you're right. He can play. You have the other players who can play. You still have Foden there. Maybe Bob has a go. So you can't rest him. You just can't rest a player who's in form. You got to play and play and play and play. So
and the resting comes from starting to early subs. I think that's where we kind of give these players the rest, not necessarily the rest from not even starting up. But that's something that I also want to bring up because as we talked about the starting 11. We talked about how we were
did he start
concerned.
with Villa? Did he start against Villa? He didn't start against Villa, right?
I don't know.
Who, Doku?
No, he didn't start against Villa. It was Savinho, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, let me make sure.
Doku was on the
I'd
bench for
rather
that
him
game.
play in that game than like Leeds
So there
United
you
at
go.
home.
There you go.
Say Leeds
I mean,
United for Savinho. You know what I mean? Like, save your best players for the best games and rest them in the not as important games at home.
Kelly, there's no chance Savinho does anything against Leeds. They'll hook him. They
Well,
would
how come-
destroy Savinho. They would.
We're sitting on the bench. Why not? What is rotting on the bench? At
It's not up to speed. You can't
How does he
bench
get
a player.
up to speed? But like you say, players need to play. Does that not apply to Omar Marmoush? It only applies to
when Doku
players
is in,
you
you don't bench a player who's in form for a player who's not ready on top. He's not in form. You just don't. You just don't. You play them.
I think
That's all I'm saying is you manage them.
Yeah.
Managing them is giving them a rest. He could have come off the bench in the game if we needed it, but manage him by giving him one start off a month or something like that. I'm not saying bench him against Liverpool. If you can't beat Leeds United without your best attacker, Doku, something's wrong.
We almost lost the game.
Well,
When
I
Doku
think
came off,
the learning. I think the
when
learning
Doku
in
came off, Peter, when Doku came off, Peter, we went 3 goals. Right, he came off 5-1, and they scored 3.
Right.
It's
I hear
hard.
it.
I really get it. Listen. Yes,
It's a long season. That's all. You got to manage.
It's not an
these
exact
players.
science. This is what's happening
Especially when he has
here.
an injury history like Doku does. He has an injury history.
Yeah, it's.
try
But
to
then what you
manage
risk?
it better
You
to
risk.
get the most out of them.
Imagine if you drop points against Leeds, you drop points against Fulham,
Fulham.
right? Right, you're 6 points back. It's done.
Yeah.
Now you're on their necks. I know you're going to rival section. You're on their necks. You're breathing. They're scared.
We're gonna get back to talking about City. I'm gonna bring another agent to the stage. That's what I love about CIA. We got agents everywhere, right? You got Conway in the field at the game, giving us some video evidence, and then you got.
So last Vader, that's the last thing. Right? I know what the club is probably trying to do, Kelly. Right? They're probably give him a break until Chelsea January the 1st. That's what they're probably trying to do. They're saying, you know what? He may have a niggle, right? Do we need him against West Ham? Probably not. Do we need him against Brentford? Probably not. There's one more game away. I think it's Cameron who's away. Do we need him? Let's wait till Chelsea at home.
Nottingham
So
Forest.
we got. Yeah, it's Forest.
I think we would need him in the Forest game. That's gonna be a tough game.
We need
I know
him in
they're
the
not
West
very
Ham
good,
game.
but
We need him in the West Ham.
away against their midfield, they have a very strong midfield that I think can bully us.
We're gonna cook them.
And Elliot
We're gonna-
Anderson, if this is where the rumors in
we
the
need him.
window is we're linked to him. He might
We
want to put a statement up against us.
We
So
may
we
need.
need-
We
I want
may
Doku
need him
for that
Okay.
game.
All right. We'll get back to it. But this is what I want to emphasize. We talking about the players needed, the potential rotation, and the games coming up. We'll continue to discuss. The where I want to kind of shift it, and we're going to come back to talking about City. Everybody in the chat, but where I want to shift this is, we just had a tough game versus Crystal Palace, and before game week 16, after game week 15, everyone was telling us, Arsenal, they're about to play Wolves. Let's chalk that up. That's 3 points easy. They're going to slap them up. Oh, we got concerns because we're playing Crystal Palace, potentially dropping points. I'm going to bring this next agent to the stage. And my question, after we do the introductions, my question to this agent will be, what did you think of the Arsenal performance versus relegation, bottom of the league, Wolves? All right, let me bring this next agent to the stage. Always happy to have great reps, great agents in the mix. Martin in the building. What do you say, Martin?
Why do I get the arsehole section?
Is he
What do you
straight from the hot tub?
What?
Why do I get the arsehole section?
Because I'm gonna do like you, because I'm the host and I'm moving the show along.
Okay, this is revenge then. I get it.
Yeah. No, great to have you in. I did ask the question with regards to the 11. I think most of us were surprised on the Doku news, but it was, hey, Pep's got a pretty strong hold on how he wants to take his approach. What, because because you're already putting up a fuss, Mr. Drama. What was your take with regards to the 11?
Ow.
And what did you think of?
Well,
of
listen, I'll do Arsenal. I'll do Arsenal. I don't mind. Well, listen, my thing with Arsenal is I don't have a problem with the team. I think they've got a very good squad. I think they've got a very good set of players. My issue with Arsenal is the manager. And always will be the manager.
Oh, okay. Wait. Before you go there.
Okay.
With regards to the manager, you think so? The performance that we just saw versus Wolves, do you think that performance ties to the manager? And if so, can you explain?
Yeah, I'll explain. Well, it's quite easy.
Okay.
You tell your board, your fan base tells you all, go and get me a number 9. Go and get me a number 9. That's all I need to win this league. Because they've got 99% of their squad done. We all know, we've been told, get me a big number 9 who'll score goals and we win this league convincingly. He goes to Sporting Lisbon. He buys a striker. Sporting Lisbon have done him dirty because they sent him on a detour to IKEA to get a flat pack wardrobe. They spent 65 million quid on the guy. And then Arteta plays him and doesn't play to his strengths. In any way, shape, or form. Okay. So I question the manager. I mean, for a start off, I don't think Arteta's got the know-how, the cojones to go against anybody in a title race. For Arteta to win a title, he needs to be like 20. He needs to be like Liverpool for me, 20 points clear by April.
Okay.
If there's any kind of pressure, yeah. Listen, Arteta's got a record of fumbling the ball. True. And now, I know we've all heard Arsenal fans tell us they're the greatest team in the universe. They're the greatest team on the planet.
Yeah.
They've already booked all their parade tickets.
Yeah.
And they're telling us they've never done this before. Well, I will now give you Exhibit A.
Okay.
2 years ago, they had record points at this stage of the season going into the new year. No team had hit 50 points by this point in any season.
Ooh, that is.
And they still fumbled the ball.
That is a great fact.
They have had better points totals and still fumbled. So why should I get scared 2 points behind?
True. 2 points behind. I think we as City fans, we're all calm. I'm starting to see.
Oh, by the way, aside from it, but in a race, we're not meant to be in.
That is very true.
We weren't meant to be here. We were meant to be down with the bottom feeders fighting for Europa or Champions League. We were fighting that out, apparently.
Okay, we know rivals are going to talk crazy, saying City are washed, managers washed, these players are done. You look at the players that City currently have, their past transfer windows, no one's fearful of them. That was all exaggerated. We know that. But I will say this when we talk about the race, okay? I and many of us thought that we would be in the race, but not be this close in the race, this early in the race. Because if we're going to use a running analogy, those of you, when we get to 5K, you'll learn more about my past. But to use a running analogy, the race started, but Arsenal flew. Arsenal were supposed to have a great start. They were supposed to have a really good pace. We were supposed to build up steam. We were supposed to gradually get into the mix, which we tend to do. The fact that we're this close should be very alarming to these Arsenal fans for the team that, like Martin reminded us of, and we've heard all season long, they're the best in England, the best in Europe. And like my man Sam said, and we got to address this too, because when we talk about intelligent agendas, we got to bring this up. Arsenal fans were so confident in this defense. We're so confident in their team that they said they were going to break the Chelsea not conceding more than 15 goals in a season. This is how top notch, how high level of a team that they were assessing their Arsenal to be.
Hey, they are.
I think that's their problem. I think they're trying too hard to chase that record. They're focusing on that instead of a Premier League title. And I'm like, dude, now they're at 10 goals now. They're not even gonna.
Yeah, it's not happening.
It's not happening.
Sorry,
and I think they're just emotionally let down from that because that October gassed them up too high. They thought we're gonna sustain this. They thought that was sustainable. I pointed out to me on another show that they're tracking back. They're sprinting to track back to preserve a clean sheet in the 90th minute in all these games in September. And I'm like, that will catch up to you.
Kels, hold on to that one because I got a talking point on that as well with regards to their injury concerns. But Conway, you're going to say something.
Yeah, no, because I remember when you asked us this question, like on the first couple of CIA beginning shows in the season, you asked like, do Arsenal have any chance of beating Chelsea's record? And I told you 0 chance. There's no chance because right now we're in game with 16. They've already conceded 10 goals.
Yeah.
That's the crazy. I think in terms of beating records, that's a record that Chelsea will forever have. And I told you that in that episode. But I think that is a record that no one will ever touch. So
you shouldn't be chasing records.
No, 100%.
What they should be chasing. You should be chasing trophies. Get the
Wait,
trophies.
Martin, what? Martin
made a cup final ever since this like super team got assembled. They haven't even made a cup final. That should be their priority number one: is make a cup final. Their last cup final was the FA Cup, his first season. That whole team is gone except for Bukayo Saka.
I agree. I agree.
Cup final under Arteta.
I agree that you need to prioritize the end goal, which is the trophy. Right, but. I made up my face. So I was confused because when Martin said they shouldn't be chasing records, we chase records.
Yeah, but we are serial winners.
Oh, go!
I like that.
We've done this game. We played this game 1,000 times.
I did drop that one.
I'm sorry. They're not gonna like this. They have a rookie manager. They have a rookie mentality.
No.
Let me explain. I know you're going to say
being very rude.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
6 years in, we can't.
He's not a rookie. You're being rude, Martin.
Well,
why are you so rude? It's because you're off camera.
No, hang on. Technically, I'll come on camera in a minute. Don't worry. Technically,
we want to see that hot tub again.
He is a rookie manager. I'm not in there. Bloody hell, obsessed with hot tub you. Generally, that's for the OnlyFans. The simple fact is, I'm not trying to be inconsiderate. I'm not trying to be degraded. I'm not trying to do anything like that. But he's never had a job before.
Yeah, I hear that.
As his own. That's what I mean by rookie. Now, I worry about, people ask me, why do you question Arsenal's mentality? And that's my point, because you're chasing records than the trophies. Because we've all heard, every time they come out of the Carabao, they come out of the FA Cup, well, we're not after them anyway. We want to win the big two.
Bigger fish to fry.
That is true.
It's like you land and you have, I can win the Champions League.
Yeah.
You don't just win a Champions League.
I'm on board with that, and again, I think it's a result of 2025. It's a result of 2025 where many fans say, because they saw it elsewhere, right? Because they saw City do it, right? Because they saw City do it, oh, we can do that. Because they saw Chelsea win back-to-back or have, again, that defense record, oh, we can do it. Before having the baby steps, before crawling, they want to go and start sprinting at top speed and trying to accomplish all these things. I do agree. The fan base are way out of sync with reality.
It's not just that, right? I know this is where I disagree. I don't think it is just the fan base. I'll explain again what I mean. Let's go back. This now, Carl will remember, and Conway, every time, I've never seen, and it's fine to be emotional. I'm not the celebration police, but they celebrate wins like it's FA Cup final day. They're doing photos, they're doing parades, they're doing laps of honours. I'm like, you've won a game.
Yeah.
And this is the part, and I think Arsenal as a football club, the staff, the coaches, have all misunderstood when Haaland and Rodri and everyone else has said, be humble. They're taking that as an insult. They're actually trying to give them advice.
Yeah.
What they're trying to say to them is,
that's true.
Slow down. When you've won, when you've got the it's like Manchester City. When we first got taken over, we used to rock up to the Bernabeu like we could compete with them. Like we had some divine right to walk into the Bernabeu and stomp them. It takes time to get into these levels. You don't just wave the magic wand and appear and start knocking Barcelona, Real Madrid, and all these teams around. You don't do it. I think if Arsenal fans were a bit more, you know what? We've got a great team. We've got a great thing. I think if Arteta was a little bit calmer, because my thing with the manager is those players are living in the manager. And when they're seeing their manager running around like a child on the sideline celebrating, they're going to do the exact same thing. Because leader, you rule by, that's your leadership ways of doing it.
Yeah, the players mirror the manager. If the managers, if there's high anxiety, if there's no composure,
they're one of the most emotional quotes on the pitch, off the pitch, everywhere.
I think to Martin's point. I think to Martin's point, right? If you watch the Villa game, the one they lost 2-1. When Villa scored that last second goal, watch all those players. What they do, they collapse to the ground.
Right, we're trying to RKO someone.
Right. When that happened to us, and it's happened to us many times, we don't collapse to the ground, right? We look up, we're angry. Diaz is clapping his hands, but nobody's collapsing to the ground like all hell is broken loose or the world has ended.
No,
that's the difference. That is the difference, right? In knowing that, okay, lost the game, still in a good position, lost to fight for, we go again.
I'm gonna say this, and you guys bring up a good point, Martin, Conway, Kells, and Gundelorian. The one thing that we've assessed over here at CIA is vulnerabilities, right? Okay, we've got. Let me adjust this imagery because maybe it doesn't show pretty well. Let me do that.
Well, once you finish, I just want to
games. Okay.
When you finish, Fred, I've just got one point.
Absolutely.
Because I'm going to explain the Arsenal bit.
Fair. At CIA, we make sure we do a SWOT analysis. Shout out to my guy TJ, who's always asking me in the group chat, American Waffle group chat, Vader, are you going to do a SWOT analysis on this, on that? Well, I'm telling you, we assess the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, the threats as well as the targets. And one thing that is a huge weakness, and it's again, Arsenal fans that happen to be in the chat, a huge weakness is your mouthpieces at Arsenal. Your fan base, the ones with the platform, the loud ones, they have no composure. They absolutely have none. They crash it on some of the positive ones, but the problem with the positive ones is the positive ones are way too extreme as well. Like it's one of the most emotional fan bases that I've seen. Half of them are crashing it on the manager and the players and saying they were never going to be good enough. And the few that are positive, hey, I believe my club can do it and here's why, are way too extreme with the belief that everyone else is garbage. Like the balance is so off. Our targeting here at CIA Intelligent Agendas, is mainly with the fan base. It's stoking it. It's putting in that inception and saying, hey, consider this. I see Martin, myself, Kells, we happen to be on some panel shows. Conway and Gundelorian, they'll be in the Twitter X spaces. They'll be giving knowledge to many. But on the panel shows, we know exactly what buttons to push with regards to some of these Arsenal fans. And they don't want to hear the truth. And when they hear the truth, they're overly emotional about it. This not sustainable with regards to their set pieces and what they were leaning on, and they tried to flex it. They were ignoring the truth. Open play which our manager happens to emphasize, and what our manager tried to show Arsenal's manager, is that you need to have a consistent way of creating chances, big chances, opportunities to score. Now, are there times where City are a little too lackadaisical, a little too, I would say, nonchalant, and the pace is too slow? Yes. But in terms of the philosophy, in terms of we are attack first, we want possession, we want to dictate, that creates more winning opportunities than the opposite. It's easier to scale back the attack than to ramp it up because you're so defensive minded. So Arsenal are trying to find the right balance. I got another agent backstage, and I'm gonna go ahead, Martin, and then I'm gonna introduce this next agent.
No, just I was gonna say to Carl's point, and it was a great point. After the Aston Villa game, that's when I went, we've got them, because you look at the emotions at the end, and they all drop to the floor. Carl's spot on.
After our game versus Aston Villa, or theirs?
No, against their game against Villa.
Their game versus Aston Villa. Okay.
So what you then want as a manager, you say, right, we're at home to Wolves. You still respect Wolves, but they've got 2 points. They haven't got to win all season. They're going to play low block. They're going to be a bit stifler. But what we do is we put Aston Villa behind us, and we put a performance on against Wolves. And they didn't. Watching that Wolves game made me realise that they are mentally done from Villa last week. That did them a little bit. Now, whether they can recover from that, maybe they can. But I hear, well, it's Wolves in the low block. I'm hearing the excuses now.
What?
The excuses are already out.
Low block them.
No,
they
but
can't
they're
complain
just
about low blocks.
Oh no, they're now complaining about injuries. They're complaining about injuries as well now. All the excuses are back out. And I'm like, you told me 5 weeks ago, 6, 7 weeks ago, you had the best DP squad in the world and injuries won't be a factor, etc., etc. And now they're all coming out.
Facts. Let me go to the comments, and I have to bring up we can't keep waiting for Rodri to be fit. No, we're not. I don't think we're waiting. I think we're still assessing to see what's happening in a potential
We need to speak
window.
about that, man. We need to speak about that.
We will speak on that for sure. But I need to bring this next agent into the mix. All right, I need to bring this next agent.
No, Conway was here. I'm sorry we beat your team today. I'm sorry we beat your team today.
Well, are you speaking from the comfort of your own home? How comes you aren't at the game?
Yeah, he goes to games, man. Don't do that.
Look at it. The man goes.
Conway.
The man uses his Crystal Palace season ticket. Yes,
Boo, Martin, we're booing you.
I was in the away section for your information. You weren't there.
Big up, Conway.
Right, you were helping Hamza tell Fiona which targets to buy.
Big up Conway for going to the away game. Cheering with the away fans.
You know, if Martin was there, we would have lost.
Hanging out by the bus.
Sorry, I didn't see you at Craven Cottage last week.
He had to pick his spots. Listen, he had to pick his spots. We needed him today. Now, this next agent.
Let's go.
This next agent's coming to the stage, and I was really impressed with the last few appearances from this agent. This agent was on probation. Little audition at the show. He shared a really great stat last week with regards to Doku, and it was an outlier. I was able to share that on screen. If you missed that show, go back previously on Vader Games TV, CIA episode or Game Week 15. If you missed it, go and check it out. But we had this agent. I'm going to bring him to the mix, and I'm curious to hear what he thought about the performance of Arsenal versus low-ranked Wolves, as well as the performance of City versus, I believe at the time, or maybe not, but they were 4th, 5th in the standings. I'd like to hear what he thought of Crystal Palace as well. But let me bring this agent who gets a proper intro this week. No more recruit. Proper intro. Let's go. Spartacus in the building. How you doing, man?
Good evening. I'm doing a little bit worse right now, but
past probation, yeah.
I'm doing a little bit worse right now because Cruzeiro lost a penalty shootout, but City won, so.
All right. Well, you got the voice. If you need some lemon and honey or something like that, make sure you take care of your voice because you're going to need it. I want to ask you, and as you speak, guys, speak for a second. I'm going to just make sure my minions are good. Can you speak on Arsenal's performance versus Wolves? They needed a late winner. I don't even think they registered any. I don't think any of the 2 goals that were scored they actually scored. But can you speak about their performance, and then can you also speak on City's performance and whether you were surprised, whether you saw something promising? And I know you tend to have some stats, so if you want to share that, I'll be about 2 minutes.
I can't really speak on the Arsenal game because I didn't watch them. I'm gonna be honest. But I heard that was bad. Like they couldn't create, they couldn't get shots on target, they couldn't create a good chance. And the only time the Wolves really went forward and tried to do something, they actually got something. So maybe they're just not as good as people was thinking before. On City today, very impressive. Going in the same week away against Madrid and away against Palace. Very hard thing to do. Got the win in both. So big up to the Blues. We did well. And I still said it before.
Don't forget Sunderland. We started the week at Sunderland.
Sunderland. Yeah.
It's why, because you lost your voice screaming at your TV when Savio was running through goal, innit?
No, I lost my voice screaming at the TV when Egal missed the penalty.
No, but I'm Savio's biggest fan, by the way. Let me put that out there.
Savio's had 2 nice cameo appearances. Let's relax. He held the ball nicely in Madrid. He created a chance. Okay, maybe he needs to learn to run to the flag, but we'll get there.
That was a fantastic run for him.
Fantastic run.
Brilliant.
He got us a penalty that iced the game and goal difference. Let's talk more about how the best defense of all time conceded a goal to a team that's scored 2 points this season. Earned 2 points. The best defense in the world at home, conceding to Wolves.
I'm more looking at the attack. Like, how is the attack not creating chances and not getting in good opportunities to score goals? This is where I'm looking at, not at the defense. Conceding goals is not the problem. You can concede goals. The thing is, if you don't create chances and you don't get into good opportunities, then against probably one of the worst side in Premier League history, I'm sorry, you're gonna have issues. And when teams in the second half, teams tend to be a little bit more low blocky. So if teams are playing in the low block and you can't break down Wolves' low block, you need a corner to get a known goal, then maybe that's becoming a little bit of an issue in the second half of the season.
I agree. I'm just making fun of the people who claim they were going to break Chelsea's defense record, and they're conceding goals at home to Wolves, to one of the worst teams in Premier League history.
No, but I would say one thing about Arsenal, though. If they can manage to keep Jesus fit from now up until the end of the season, I think they've got a good chance.
Making a difference.
Jesus is still their best striker, and that's crazy.
A good chance at what?
Yeah,
they got a good chance at keeping momentum as to where they're currently sat in the league.
Nah.
Well, so you think Gabriel Jesus wins them the league?
I never said that.
That's what you're hinting at.
They have quite
You kind of did say that in a roundabout way.
Gabriel Jesus is a top player, man. He's a top player, bro. He's a top player.
No, he's not. Let's do this.
If he was a top player, he'd still be at Manchester City.
He's a quality
We
player.
don't let top players leave, except for Julian Alvarez, because he asked him.
The only reason why we can call ourselves Centurions is because of him. So let me just say that.
Yeah, he was.
Because he scored one goal. What we're doing here.
Well, it's funny. He's gonna be competing with Kai Havertz for best striker on Arsenal because that 60 million.
No, but I'm telling you now. I mean, I said something, and I'm not sure. But I'm not sure you heard me. I might have said it in a space, Carl. I can't remember. And do you know my issue with Arsenal? This comes back to my outside point. I know exactly what's going to happen when Kai Havertz is fit again. As soon as Kai Havertz is match fit, Kai Havertz is going to go back as their nine. You watch.
Oh yeah, And he'll
that's
throw
my
him straight
issue.
in. He won't.
Yeah,
He won't bring him in
that's
gently,
how
and he'll
Pettis-
probably get re-injured.
That's Arteta's baby, isn't it? So you go straight back in.
That's my thing
Well,
with Arteta.
Why do you
I
say that?
think-
Because he offers what's missing to their offense?
No, because I understand. You know, people think, you know, maybe he does. Pep has favoured players. I think Arteta does. I think all managers do.
Yeah.
And see, I don't call them favoured. I think more trusted players, more
Yeah.
trusted.
All
system.
managers have that, Martin.
What Bernardo is
Of course they do.
is what
See,
happens.
do you know what I noticed it? When I noticed it, Arsenal were actually flying when Martin Odegaard was out. Flying. They were doing great.
Yeah.
He couldn't wait to get Odegaard back into that midfield somehow. It was like he just had to get him back.
Yeah.
And since Odegaard's gone back into that midfield is when they've actually not been as lethal as they once was.
True.
Because certain players, when they come in, they expect the ball, they demand the ball more, and it spoils your rhythm. It does ruin your rhythm. Odegaard is not a player who's just going to be a bystander in that midfield. He wants the ball. He wants to try and dictate the play.
Odegaard didn't start against Wolves though. He was on the bench. They had to bring him off the bench.
Yeah, no, but he had, since he's come back injured, he was playing. He came, was it Chelsea? He came off the bench again.
The point he's making is that as soon as Odegaard was healthy, Arteta rushed
straight back in.
And I agree with you when you talk with regards to Havertz. I think he's missing. I don't know whether it's the connectivity between how they flow, transition from, you know, obviously defending and possession, final third. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Kai Havertz is healthy and Gyökeres gets dropped. Obviously, he's been doing his thing with Moreno at 9 at times as well. Yeah, I think Havertz is going to be put into that mix.
How did Sporting Lisbon get the best out of Gyökeres?
Play in transition.
Yeah, it's a different league though. Arteta should
I get that. But for me, and I always go back to, he wanted Sesko, didn't he? Before Gyökeres. Sesko was the guy he wanted.
But Sesko also plays in transition, so.
Those are two. I think, you know what it was? I think, and again, clubs are guilty of this. Oh, look at the 9 and the success that's happening at Manchester City, right? Look at having a 9 central part, because Liverpool tried to do the same thing. Didn't work out with Nunes, but what did they go out? Nunes is out the door. They went and got Isak. I think Arsenal.
And it hasn't worked with Isak.
And it hasn't worked with Isak. But Arteta's Arsenal is kind of like, oh, we're going to fill this missing position, go out and get a proper 9, and it's still not working out. But Arteta's Arsenal are never going to get the open, back and forth, quote-unquote, open space that they maybe got in previous seasons, or what Gyökeres was getting in when he was at Sporting, because everyone's going to low block Arsenal. They should be low blocking Arsenal. There's way too much quality over there. Yeah.
He went to the wrong team. Gyökeres went to the wrong team.
So
he should not have gone to Arsenal. Well, they lack creativity in their midfield. Like they don't have any. Declan Rice is like a center back playing as an 8, and he's just not very good on the ball. And I think that's hurt. I think that's killing them. And the only reason they were successful last season with Kai Havertz is because he could create that overload and then allow Odegaard to be a little bit more creative. But Odegaard by himself can't do it. If they had like a Ryan Turkey, maybe he could find. But he's not very good.
But I don't think they have been successful.
When are we going to talk?
They were scoring more goals in open play because they were using a false 9 to create the overloads.
When are we going to talk about Shirky, please? I beg.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
We have to talk about this guy.
All right. Listen. I know I fell behind on the chat. I had to step away. I saw a few of you. Let me also say this, because we had to address our performance versus Crystal Palace. A 3-0 versus the second best defense in the league. I'm gonna take that all day. All right. We also had a game where we didn't have one of our most attacking players in terms of Doku. One of many chefs that we have. And I'm with you. Gundalorian was like, when are we going to talk about Shirky? Now, you know what? Now we're going to talk about Shirky.
Well, Martin, I'm driving home. I took my lad to go practice, right? Because it's cold out here. I don't know, Veta, how cold it is up there, but it's like -5 here, centigrade here.
Ooh,
It's minus.
snow?
Yeah, it's a minus. It's -2 around here. -1, -2.
Okay, so I'm driving backward and I'm thinking to myself, when was the last time if they had told me that in a week we go to Madrid away, Palace away, we score 5 goals and concede only 1, and we get 6 points, I
Don't
would say
forget
you're
Sunderland.
nuts. Oh yeah. Well, let's say Sunderland. Let's be biased, right? Let's say Sunderland. Okay, we take it for granted, but let's just take those 2 games because we know what Palace can do, what Madrid have done to us in the past. And we get 6 points, concede 1 goal, score 5.
Mm-hmm.
5, right? I would have said you're nuts. which goes back to what kind of goes back to Markson's point around patience, around karma, around Kelly and I's discussion earlier on the season, Kelly, around I want this manager to play this team, that team that he played at Madrid, for me, wins the league.
Okay.
I'm convinced of it. And it's not about tiki-taka, 1,000 million passes. It's about suffering, and exploiting you in transition with those quick passes and creativity. With Doku, with Shirky, with Haaland. Right? It's that thing. It's different. This is a different Pep team from what we saw in 18-19, like 17-18, even 21-22. This is a different team. This team is athletic.
Yeah. It is, and I want to say this. We did have a very athletic team in 18-19, but I want to say this real quick. I think, and again, we all have our opinions. We see, and maybe I'm seeing this differently, but this is how I see it now. I've been seeing Pep trying to find the balance because he in a press conference he did make mention on how this league has gotten a lot more physical, right? I think Pep is trying to find a balance to be able to compete with that physicality, but also keep a little bit in the tank to not have it be up and down. Again, we got possession. We're gonna go on a counter because the counter takes a lot of explosiveness, right? You're running downhill, but at the same time, if we're going to be pressing, that's taxing on the body. I think he's trying between Pep and Colo. I think they're trying to find a balance, the rhythm within the game on when to do all of that and to get the best mix. I think the reason why, and we're gonna go and talk about Turkey, but the reason why I also wanted to bring up Arsenal earlier is because I think they're blowing out a lot of tires. I think the hamstrings are going on many players is because they are so demanding on getting back on defense. And that is going to tax you. You need to figure out on how you can take breaks within the game, catch a breather, not have to be at full tilt all the time. I think because they're so defensive, it's kind of wearing on them. Now, the Shirky, and listen, Conway was on the ground, unlike Martin. Conway was on the ground, had to cover up his eyes to see how Shirky was playing. Shirky is getting more and more accustomed to where he fits and where he doesn't fit on that pitch and in this league. Can you speak on what you were able to see? Because I got to rely on when the camera pans on him. You can actually just focus your eyes. What did you see of Shirky today, Conway?
Yeah, well, Shirky, I think his overall play today was good. I think there were certain instances in the first half where he was making runs. We were telling Shirky to make runs because when we had the ball, when normally we'd have that outlet with Doku because Doku would make that run. But because Doku wasn't available today, there was certain instances where Shirky was making runs, but we weren't passing the ball to him. I thought his movement in terms of finding space for himself, but we didn't have the opportunity to make a pass to him was brilliant. But you can actually sense it from Shirky how he's very demanding. Like he wants the ball every single time when he has the opportunity to be in an area where he can get the ball. And I think from an attacking sense, apart from I thought Nunes was really good going forward, but on the right-hand side, I think the link-up play between whenever Cherky had the ball and he had the opportunity to find Nunes, we were very good in that sense.
Yeah.
His second half was probably better than what he displayed in the first half. That run that he made to play the ball to Foden.
Yeah, the kind of cut back a little bit. Like
Yep. That was very good. I think, and we're now actually very in control of games, and that's largely because of what Cherky can bring to the pitch. And this goes back to that Fulham game, which was just basketball, back and forth, 5-4. Pep made a substitution towards the end of the game because he realized what we're lacking in this game is control. Cherki comes on the pitch and all of a sudden we now look comfortable with the ball on our feet. He's the one that's telling guys, yo, calm down, give me the ball, let me bring players toward my direction. Kind of like how Jack Grealish would do it, where he would draw in fouls. Cherki did that towards the end of the game.
Am I crazy to want Jack back? Am I crazy to want him back?
We got to calm down. We got to calm down. Grealish is my guy. Grealish is my guy. He's cooking at Everton, man. Let him enjoy his time.
All right. I just want to ask a question.
But Cherki deserves all his flowers. The fact that this guy was out for 2 months and he's the top leader in assists in this league.
Oh, crazy!
It's insane, man. He deserves all his flowers.
Makes no damn sense.
But some of us wanted to spend 130 million on Flurry and Flop.
Yeah, that's shocking.
Florian Flop, wow.
And other people wanted to get guys like Gibbs White. Oh my days.
Well,
Gibbs White is not a 10.
Gibbs White and
actually, Gibbs White would fit this team very well the way we're playing.
Tell you what, you'd beg for a bit of Gibbs White in that midfield right now to give others a rest.
Gibbs White.
Gibbs White, I'm not opposed to it. Now when we think about who needs to work, who needs to put in the kilometers, and who kind of, hey, give me the ball, let me got control, let me look, we're gonna need something like that, something similar to that.
I saw Hugo Viana today, and I thanked them for not signing Gibbs White.
Okay, all right.
He's like we're signing him.
Is there video? Is there video evidence of this?
Hamza's got the video.
All right, Hamza's got the video. I want to point this out. We're establishing this next gen, right? Many have referred to this team doesn't look like the team that I'm accustomed to. Well, we're building those players up. We're getting back to that level. We've had to let some great players go. We happen to be in a league that is very demanding, and it's changed, it's evolved around us, and I think we're looking for the right profiles to get to it. But the winning attitude takes a while to get, and it looks like we're establishing that. Shirky, in my opinion, and Gundaloran would know this, he's the player that's demanding and asking for the ball. Like, I don't think there's a moment that's too big for him, and you need 1, 2, 3 players like that on the pitch. I happen to think that we spent, like Martin threw out that jab, we spent the money the right way. Even though some aren't fully sold on Reinders, I think we spent the money in Reinders, Aitnori, and Shirky smart, intelligently, as opposed to getting...
But for me, babe, it's not even about the money. I think fans get too focused on the money. Is that player the right profile for your play, the way you want to move forward? Because the thing is, you're not just buying a player. Because even now, there's certain players within the squad, for me, who are not able to go with where we want to go.
Whoa. You think I'm going to let you say that and not ask you? You think I'm going to let you say that and not ask?
I'm not talking shade.
Who's not good enough to go forward?
He's going to say Oscar Bob. Watch. I know Martin's going to say Oscar Bob.
Rico Lewis.
Well, exactly. You're naming them. If I don't have to say anything and you're naming them,
you know that
climbing out
our academy players, our academy players. Man.
No, see, but just because they're out the academy doesn't give them a free pass into the first team.
I think they can be good enough for us. I think Oscar Bob can be good enough for us.
No, I'm going to be honest.
He just came off a huge injury last season, and I think a lot of City fans are being harsh with how it's taken him a while to get back to it, to be honest with you.
No. I'm not saying he's a bad player, Beta. I'm not saying he's a bad player.
You're saying he's not good enough for us.
I don't think he's ready for Manchester City, no. I don't think he is.
But you know what the issue here is?
Play every day, and let's see what the issue is. Let's see has some real match fitness.
Beta, I have no issue with letting Oscar Bob go, but if you're letting Oscar Bob leave and his replacement is Semenyo, like, what are we doing about?
No. If a player leaves, his replacement can't be Savinho, because we'll also need a player to replenish.
No, I said Semenyo.
Oh, Semenyo.
Yeah. But why?
Wait. Why don't you like Semenyo? Whoa! You don't like Semenyo?
If Oscar Bob leaves and his replacement is Semenyo, we've downgraded massively, in my opinion.
You can't expect to get even if you don't. Let's pretend that you
Downgrade. That's hard.
like somebody like you can't get an Elise to replace a guy who's not even getting on the bench.
Wait, say that again, Sparky?
You cannot get an Elise when you sell a guy that is not even making on the bench, because at the moment Bob is not even making the bench.
Why can't you do that? Why can't you do that?
Because he didn't open the spot for him to be there.
We're talking about having a competitive squad. If you want to have a competitive,
it's not a squad at that point. It's not a competitive squad.
But it's not a competitive squad. Oscar Bob's not even coming off the bench anymore. How's that competitive?
At the moment, I feel like sometimes this is game week 16. I feel like sometimes we're game week 16.
We're not even halfway through the season. We got to calm down, man.
I get what you are saying. I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm not saying Oscar Bob won't. For me, I'd loan him. I'm not saying he's a bad player. But what I'm saying is, with due respect, say you've only got Pep Guardiola for 2 more years. Pep's not here to run a nursery
1.5
and develop. Pep's here to win now and move us forward.
Is he?
If you want to do the Projects FC, fine. But then you got to lower your expectations down.
I'm not doing Project FC, by the way. I just have bigger expectations.
But you are doing Project FC.
No.
I'm sorry.
It's like Rico Lewis.
I love Rico Lewis. Rico Lewis is not Manchester City, Red.
But you're not understanding my point, though, mind. I'm saying
Rico Lewis is a trouble winner, Martin.
I'm not against us selling Oscar Bob.
And so is Darren Fletcher, mate. So is Johnny Evans. I'm not jumping on those. Come on, what are you doing there?
He's 2 years older now. I would say the biggest thing that's hindering Rico is his physicality.
I'm not being awful. Really, I'm not. But we demand. No,
he doesn't need to get taller. He just needs to get stronger on the ball.
Hang on.
He needs to get taller. He's as tall as Florian Wirtz.
But we're trying. We're on a winning formula. We found 11. We found everything that suits. I'm sorry, some players' noses are put out of joint here. Tough.
To bring it back. Yes, there's going to be players that we will need to let go for the betterment of the team to be stronger, to be able to compete for every trophy. If we want to, and we won't do this on this show, but I think over the holiday break, I think it would make sense to look at our entire roster and maybe go weakest link to squad wise, right? We'll go, here's the weakest link, here's where we can afford to let these players go on loan or get another opportunity. Maybe there's a chance for them to come back home, and here are the players certified. We got no issues with them, good to go. Yes, there's places we need to tweak, but when I hear that these players aren't good enough for City, I'd rather that sentence to end with at the moment. Because I think if make it out of the Manchester City...
I'm not knocking him.
Okay.
All right. I'm pretty sure. Is Oscar Bob and Rico Lewis good enough to play for Real Madrid? Are they good enough to play at Bayern Munich? Are they good enough to play for Liverpool or Arsenal?
To be fair, I don't think it's far behind Vinicius Junior. So.
I like that.
I'm not trying.
Martin has a point, though. Martin has a good point. I'm not trying to be a
dickhead.
Well, no, I don't think you are, Martin. I think no, he's not. Listen, Martin. Even I've said this a long time. That nice kids, but they're just not at that level, bro.
But Carl, do you know what the issue is, Carl? Real quick, yeah. We want to sell Oscar Bob to sign Semenyo. That's the problem. That's the big problem.
Semenyo's good.
Semenyo's he's. I'm gonna say words that I can't say on YouTube. He's not that guy. He's not that guy.
He's having a purple patch, but he is an upgrade right now.
So wait. Hold on.
2 years isn't a purple patch, Keller.
It isn't 2 years, Martin, though.
But guys, hold on. This is where I get a little frustrated. Yeah,
I don't. What's his last Premier League goal?
He loves rugby more than he loves football. We don't.
No, but hold on. This is what I want to get at. Because we have to look at our competition. Because when you guys do the Real Madrid Bayern Munich, I find it so triggering. But let's look at our league right now, okay? We look at who just won the league last year. They had Mo Salah, Okay, quality on that right, and then who were we really being like, oh, is this player good enough for Real Madrid or Bayern? None of you guys would have said Luis Diaz is good enough for Bayern.
No, Luis Diaz is good. Luis Diaz is a quality winger.
I'd say so.
I'll rate Luis Diaz.
At the time when he was at Liverpool, you guys were saying
if you know me, I've always rated Luis Diaz.
I'm going to tell you something now. You know, the links that we have with Luis Diaz, that was actually true.
That's what I'm saying. Luis Diaz.
No, I got no problem with the links. I'm saying with regards to how we're assessing who we're playing against. Madueke is over there at Arsenal. Trossard is over there at Arsenal.
Yeah, but that's
not good enough. Not good enough.
That's why they don't.
Neither of them are good enough. They're not good enough.
Gakpo is over there at Liverpool.
Very good season.
If Martin wants to mention Real Madrid, do you think Real Madrid signed Semenyo? Do you think Real Madrid would go and sign Semenyo?
No, but that we can't always be. No, but we have to turn players.
Wingers are out there.
Okay, all right, okay. Hold on. Olise, before he left,
and now we're talking.
Before he left, were we saying Olise is the next up to go to Real Madrid or Bayern?
Yes. Olise had that quality at Crystal Palace.
Well, Conway would know. He watches Palace week in, week out.
Olise was quality. Olise was better than Eze at Crystal Palace. Ask Palace fans, they know.
Yeah,
you're the
that's
injury
problems that people
see,
were
I tell you where I stand.
Olise is top.
People. I don't mean anyone here, but people flip flop. Last season, when Rico was getting played, he was getting pelters week in, week out.
Yeah.
That's not true, though. That's not true.
But it was true because it really was true.
It was always Rico. It was always Rico's fault.
Okay, let me ask you this. When he was getting pelted week in, week out, what position was he playing?
Right back.
Right back.
Exactly my point. That's exactly my point. So if we're utilizing someone that's a midfielder as a right back, especially with his physicality, why? So
you wouldn't sign Elliot Anderson. So you would renege on Elliot Anderson and go and keep Rico Lewis.
I never said that.
But that's the choice.
So all right then. So you want Rico Lewis to sit his life on the bench?
My whole point is that you can't justify your comment saying that Rico Lewis was getting pelted when we're playing him in as a right back. He's not a right back.
But he was getting pelted in a stadium.
He's not a right back. That's my whole point.
No, and that's fair. But that's my issue with Rico Lewis. I don't know where he does play.
He's a midfielder. It's very simple.
But then it goes to Martin's point. Would you give Rico Lewis instead of getting Elliot Anderson?
We're building a squad here, bro. We're building a squad.
The problem is we signed Tijani Rangers thinking he could be like that guy at the 8, and so far he's struggling at it. So we have to go to market to kind of address that.
I like how you phrase that, Kels. Kels was about to kill him, but then she took it back. She's like,
but you right now.
But so far he's not doing what we thought he was going to do.
But that's again. This is you expect Reinders to come into a pep team and play midfield and be at it 24/7 like Rodri was. When Rodri came to Man City, he was called Plodri. It's awful.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't in his prime and coming off of being elected the best midfielder in his league, was he? Rodri was 22, still learning.
You cannot compare. You cannot compare Italian league to the Premier League.
I think he's going to be very good. I'm just saying right now he's kind of struggling. And that's
he's not struggling. He's exactly where he's supposed to. He's not struggling. He's exactly where he's supposed to be.
You think he was good today?
Yes, he was.
He was good.
Yes, he was.
I don't think he was horrible. He was good. He was good.
But
again, when we say
this point, Veta, I want to make this point, Veta, right? If you're coming to the midfield of City, Reinders is exactly where he's supposed to be at this point in time in his development in the City side. Exactly. And I guarantee you, one more year, you'll be like, wow, this guy is lights out.
Well, this is what I was going to get to.
Midfield is actually the area where it does take.
Martin, how many years did it take Foden to play central? How many years?
Yeah. Well, this is what I wanted to get to.
I would say this season.
This is what I want to get to, and we as City fans sometimes forget that there is that learning curve that these players need to have, and I feel like sometimes that year one where we can see that there's improvements, we can see that this is where the player needs to improve. Reinders, for example, in terms of how he reads without the ball, especially out of possession, I think is where he's going to his biggest improvement. But his ability on the ball, his ability to run into space, and again, I'm not saying he's Gundogan. But I think we can see that type of attack from him definitely moving forward. Offensively, doesn't he need to improve defensively, reading the game? Yeah.
But can I just go back to Rico? I don't know.
Yeah, go back to Rico.
Comparing Rico to Rybins is silly. Conway's talking like Rico Lewis is in his baby season and he's broken through. He's 3 years into this.
No, we're not doing that. We're also not doing that.
No, hang on. So when do I give him Vader? 10 years to develop?
No, now you're doing extremes. I'm just saying if a player coming out of the academy, like Conway said, and he's very balanced, he was a midfielder. He was a midfielder made to play right back. So if it's not his position, if it doesn't quite work out for him, there were too many, he's not good enough for us judging him as a right back. I would say.
Okay. So how come our midfielder is having man of the match games at right back?
It's not the same though.
Wait. Hold on. Wait, what? What midfielder?
He's talking about O'Reilly. He's talking about O'Reilly.
No, I'm talking about Nunes or O'Reilly or Nunes. It's about either.
Okay, well, one, O'Reilly playing left back has been playing exceptionally well. What we weren't doing as a team last year, but as a team we didn't have the quality, and for whatever reason, as a team we didn't have the quality. He was the lightning rod to complain about. Rico Lewis during one of our worst seasons. We're having a very good season now. I would be
right.
I would be a little balanced with regards to Rico. But the reason why I say we got to chill a little bit.
How do you make him happy though, Vader?
No,
because he's unhappy at the minute.
Let me just make this one point. I know. Let me just make this one point, though. Sometimes I feel, fan-wise, we say, oh, we've been seeing this player for 2-3 seasons now. He should be doing this and that. Gunnar Lauren will clearly, I think, agree with me on this one. There's experience. You've been playing in this position, but then there's also the mental and physical maturity that comes along. And I think Rico still has that development. That's why I emphasized at the beginning, he needs to get stronger. I think he's a little too weak on the ball, but his technical ability, him running into spaces, even when he and Oscar Bob were playing together, they were doing some nice 1-2s. You could see that academy training really delivering. His weakness right now is on the strength side. To make him happy, he may be a player that's like, hey, I'll wait for my shot because of who I currently see in front of me in that midfield, or he may say I want to move on. But here's a challenge. We have to be really careful on who's going to be our quote-unquote first teamers and who are going to be the backups and who are quote-unquote the development. And
but that's the problem. That you just hit the nail on the head. Oscar Bob and Rico Lewis don't want to be backups.
Whoa.
They'll have to go somewhere else to be a starter.
They don't want to be backups.
They're not making it in our team.
But the thing is, if they don't want to be backups, let me just make this one point real quick. If they don't want to be backups, they're going to have to go to a lesser team to be starters.
Yeah. I keep saying it. Manchester City accepted the offer from Forest. Rico turned the offer down. If we were if we were all, Rico's going to be the future here, why did we accept the offer from Forest?
If we accepted the offer, he would have been gone, by the way. So
we did accept it. Conway, he turned the offer down.
Yeah, it makes sense because if we accepted the offer and he turned it down, that's why he's not getting much game time because he was supposed to be gone.
And also, Carl, that's why he got the contract because if you look, his contract was, this is where you got to be careful, contract renewals. He had 3 years left on his deal. They only extended it by 1 more year and gave him a small pay rise. So really, he got an extra year and a small pay rise for kind of being loyal in a way in the summer. It was a small reward.
Yeah, okay.
But, but Jack Gorn did a piece a month ago now, and he said there was 3 players who were happy to stay in the summer, but we're going to wait till January to reassess things. The 3 players are James Trafford, Rico Lewis, and Oscar Bob.
Okay. Makes sense.
And the thing is, if you want to make signings, we have a squad of 26. We have to move people out to get people in.
Yeah.
So there you go. I'm not saying sell, but I'm not saying even sell them.
Yeah. No, I hear it.
You can loan. It's just my thing with Comey. Comey's doing it just because they're academy. I can't run just because they're academy.
No, I'm not just doing it just because of academy. I'm doing it because
Martin,
the guys that we're getting linked with, I don't like those names.
I understand
Who don't
why
you like?
Conway wants. I understand
already,
why
what do you
Conway
mean
wants
names?
Rico to stay.
What do you mean names? What do you mean names?
Because if we get rid of Oscar Bob, you're gonna bring me Semenyo. I don't like that. I'm gonna be against Semenyo
Right.
from day one.
Is there anyone else? So who would you rather have, Rico Lewis or Livramento?
Livramento.
Martin,
all the
you
way.
have to
They don't even play
understand.
the same position, Martin.
Martin, you have to understand why Conway wants to keep Rico Lewis. Where does Rico Lewis plays well? Against Crystal Palace. Where is Conway at the game at? Crystal Palace. He's watching Rico Lewis ball out like
No, I'm just. I'll tell you what it is. I'm just confused.
Rico Lewis scored at Crystal Palace, right?
Last season, we were told the squad wasn't good enough, and Rico and all that were part of it. And now we got a chance to move on and get better. We don't want to do it because we don't want to hurt feelings.
No, I think part of it was they're not good enough to be main starters, but I think they can play a role. I wanted to see more. I want to see more development with Rico. And again, if it's the manager not playing him because he was to move on, and we don't want to lower his value by showcasing that he's not at the level. I don't know, but Rico will have to move on if we are going to continue to get the quality in the midfield that we need. With regards to right wing or left wing, but mainly right wing for Oscar Bob, if he's not able to get the playing time to get back up to playing fitness, because the injury took him out for a really long time, then I would like to see a loan spell for him, not a hey, we're shipping you out.
See, well, this is the thing, because everyone's presumed that we're trying to buy a winger to replace Semenyo. We're not. The winger's to replace Oscar Bob.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you now.
The haters want.
I like Semenyo, man. Why do you? I like Semenyo.
I'm telling you now. If we
okay.
get rid of Oscar Bob in January and bring Semenyo in, bro, you go Viana, you got to say bye-bye, bro. You got to say bye-bye.
Wow, that's too much, man. That's too much.
That's how much of a shocking signing it's gonna be. Like that's gonna.
You know what? I'm gonna watch more Bournemouth because, to be honest with you, I've only watched them play versus. I'm gonna watch more. I'm gonna watch more. I'm gonna watch. Don't let him cook.
He's overrated, boy. He's overrated.
Don't let him cook, Conway. I'm just saying, don't let him cook.
No. I kind of understand. I get where Conway's coming from with Semenyo. I think he's a very good player. People made him out to be a world-class player.
I was impressed with what he did versus Liverpool. I'm not gonna lie. I was impressed with what he did versus Liverpool.
But I'm gonna be honest. He's producing more than us, and I'm not. I sound like I'm hating us. I'm not. I'm just being real with it.
At this point, I'm producing the same amount as Oscar Bob is.
Dash asked the question in the comments here. Semenyo has a shocking first touch. Like he's
I'm gonna watch. Listen. Okay, I'm watching. Now, to bring this back, because Gunnalorian said, let's talk about Shirky. And I think we as we talk about Shirky, what's his age again? Can anyone remind the chat?
20.
He's 22,
20.
He's 21.
No, 20.
He's 20, 21. What a young player. Tremendous potential and bravery. This is the thing that I want to emphasize. The bravery, I want the ball. I got confidence myself to pull off these moves that I've practiced 1,000 times. For many of you may look at it, it's flair, it's flashy. I do this on the regular, is what I see from Shirky.
Let me explain something to you, right? So a coach, right? They coach, U17s and also U10s, right? Everything they're teaching kids nowadays, the U10s, U11s nowadays, is about ball mastery, creativity. Lots of kids in futsal, big spots can talk about futsal. When you see this guy do it on the field, he's an example to many of these kids about the creativity on the ball. I mean, the move he makes, that Foden assist, the way he drives the ball quickly and releases that ball with his other foot to give the Foden to go score that goal, bruh. In transition, bruh.
That's a very hard pass to make as well.
Yeah.
But it's his spot because it's talking.
He makes it look easy.
But it's hard. Do you know how hard that is? You have to have practice. You have to have supreme levels of ball mastery to do that when you're running on the ball, unbalanced, to play that ball
with a man on your back.
Bruh.
True. It's true.
That's tough.
I want to say this. Listen, I'm gonna try to work on this. I'm gonna try to get in contact with YouTube. I don't want to get any copy strikes, none of that. But I think I have the ability to show some elements of some play, especially if it's already been made available and it's strictly for analysis, review purposes. But on this show today, I just want to emphasize this. I think there's a learning curve. I think there's a learning curve for the City players with regards to Shirky. And the reason why I say that is he has such an amazing way of disguising what he intends to do that I've seen a few games now where the players are like, "Oh, damn, you sent me the ball." Like I've seen so many instances where just how he was able to manipulate space, and then they're like, "Oh, the ball's at me." So there's a learning curve where when everybody gets up to speed and they're like, "I'm gonna trust him to get out of whatever press or whatever confinement he has, and I'm gonna get this pass." Listen, problem.
But Cherky and Foden,
Yeah.
one thing you can tell they love playing with each other, and their attributes actually they literally
improve
enhance
each other.
They feed off of
think
each other.
There's no coincidence that Phil Foden's up to, I'm not going to say form because he was playing well, he just wasn't getting the G&A at the time.
True.
It's been when Cherky's come into the team and started on a
Facts.
regular basis.
Facts.
This is what I mean.
Yeah.
Everyone just thinks get a player out because he's got a fancy name and a big price tag and he suits you. Doesn't work like that.
Tell him.
Listen, I can go and get the world's most expensive jigsaw puzzle,
Like he said,
and yeah, I can go and do
like
all
works.
that. But we didn't, and this is what I mean. People have got to look a little bit deeper, and I'm sorry, a little bit more analytically into signings and why things have been made. Too many are reactionary on the price tags and the names and where they're all from.
Martin, at the end of the day,
David-
don't look at
David
names,
Silva-
look at profile.
David Silva was one of the greatest footballers I've ever watched play football. He was £25 million.
Yeah.
It was a
Does
lot
that
of money
make
back
him
then.
a bum?
It was a lot of money back then.
Not really.
You know, there was a
It doesn't
moment
make
in
him
the
a bum,
game.
but-
There was one moment in the game, and maybe Spartacus remember this moment where I think the ball was in our defensive third, and we're building out. And I noticed something. Second half, Foden drops into that number 6 position. Shirky goes inside, and Foden is one they play the ball through from the center backs to go progress the ball forward.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I see what this guy is doing.
When was the last time you saw Phil Foden knocking 30-yard passes
There you
round
go.
like that?
Yeah, I saw like, I see what this guy
This
is
season,
trying
it's
to do.
happening.
You know,
That's what
Yeah.
we need to talk on as well. That's what we need to talk on as well when it comes to Foden, because I just want to speak about Foden in isolation just for a little bit.
Yeah.
This is what I hear about fan base. We're very reactionary because I saw a lot of people talking about Foden in an ill manner after the Real Madrid game, saying that he didn't play well, not realizing in our last 4 games he scored 6 goals. This
Yeah,
guy, he's had his footprint, or whatever word you want to use, in all of those games.
He's had his impact, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and now if you look at his number of goals, because at the start of the season we had an issue where we're getting our goals from apart from Haaland. If you look at the goals tally that Foden has managed to rack up, now that we're in game week 16, the only 2 players that scored more goals than him in the Premier League are 2 strikers in Egal, Thiago and Haaland. Those only 2 guys.
Baller,
He's top
Thiago.
3. He's top 3. He's top 3 of goal scorers in the
I
Premier
like
League.
that
So
stat.
this is now where we want Foden to, actually get into hit form. He's hitting form at the right time, especially when we're approaching this festive period where we're getting games too fast. Like every 2-3 days, we're playing a Premier League game.
Yeah.
It's almost
We're
like
gonna
he's a good player, isn't it?
We're gonna have to find the right balance. I took notes on who was. Again, you learn a lot. You learn a lot about people during the difficult times, and I took notes on how people were talking about Phil Foden last season. All right, we were saying,
But you know what? Today, yeah, he was losing the ball a lot. When I was watching Foden, because there was a good 5 minutes where I just watched Foden. Whenever he got the ball, he was losing it. But
yeah, but when he was losing the ball, I take note on when he's losing the ball because he's trying to do something risky, or when he's losing the ball because a player's on his shoulder.
He was trying a lot of risky passes, especially when he got the ball in the first half. But what you can get with players like Foden, with the ability he's got, is that when he does have that moment where he has an opportunity to score a goal, 9 times out of 10, especially when it's outside the box, he's gonna give you that. He's gonna give you that goal. And these are the types of plays that you want to get. These moments plays that can win your game. Because we needed that second goal desperately. Palace were on us. The second we went 2-0 up, that's when we started to get a bit more comfortable. And you know what? We eventually got the third with a penalty. And we won the game.
I want to see before
God,
again.
Born in 2003. Yikes.
I want to say this: Kels, Conway, Martin, Gundelorian, Spartacus, you guys being a part of the show has been absolutely tremendous. Again, I want to do CIA every Sunday around this time. So if you guys are able to make yourselves available, bonus. What we discuss is obviously going to be chat-led. There's going to be a few agendas that are preset, right? We're not going to have this meeting without having an agenda set or items that we need to discuss, but also we'll flow with the chat. I want to, before I sign off, I want to obviously emphasize Shirky's gameplay, like Gundelorian brought up. Him and Foden, that tandem, the fluidity, the way they work together, and they can be on either side of the pitch, and they have an eye for Holland, it's going to be a problem. And they did that without Doku, who's another, because again, in the Crystal Palace game, Conway, I'm not sure if you saw this, but every time when Shirky was out wide, I saw 2 Crystal Palace defenders make a darted effort to go and close him out and make him lose.
It was Kamada and Mitchell.
Yeah, they were relentless, and they're because they know how dangerous of a threat he is. Imagine that player having to do that, and then you're able to also have the challenge on the other side with a dangerous Doku. Defenses are going to be losing their minds. But I want to say this, because we got that third goal from a player that has been under, rightfully so, some criticism.
My boy.
Your boy. That's what I'm saying. We have to, and I said this on my match reaction. We have to give credit. We have to, when they talk about not registering goals or assists, we need to bring up this Crystal Palace game every time they bring up Savinho, because that penalty that he won should count as an assist for Holland. Am I wrong to say that?
Yeah, he needs credit for that one, because we've won the title on goal difference, so every goal counts. And getting an extra pen like that at the end.
This is CIA. You can run those agendas.
We can run the agendas on CIA. You know what I mean? Let's go.
The only thing listen, my point of view on that is, I'm glad he got the penalty. I'm glad he made the run. If you're a top player, you chip that keeper one time. It's in. That's the level. That's the level.
I think he did the right choice, though. Because if he doesn't get the penalty, he scores.
I'll give him a 7.5 over 10.
No, but Carl, do you know how difficult it is for Savio to chip it while he's running, and he's got 3 Crystal Palace players?
No, don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is that he did well. But I'm saying the level I'm talking about is you just chip that guy, man.
No, but he took the best option that he had. The best option that he had was to round the keeper, and then Henderson fouled him for the penalty.
Yeah, it did well. It did well, and then Holland finished it off.
It's so hard for Carl to say.
It is. You can hear Carl be like,
"He's struggling so hard."
I'm not a fan. I'm just not a fan. It's just
he's gonna have to win you over. I think Savinho can win you over.
You need to keep that energy when you're praising other players.
Carl, watch.
Sorry, I'm back now.
Let me ask you a question.
Oh, you're not doing Savinho, are you?
Martin,
we're doing Savinho. What?
We're doing improv, man.
Assist to Holland.
Impressive.
If that was Shirky one-on-one with that keeper, what does he do?
I think he does the same.
Shirky doesn't have that pace.
Yeah, but
I don't think he has the pace to run away, but I think if he gets there, he does chip it.
He chips the guy, right? He chips the guy.
I think he does the same. I think the right play there is to round the keeper, because if the keeper doesn't bring Savio down, he scores the goal. So I cannot see that as a mistake. Chipping the keeper.
I'm not saying it's a mistake.
I'm not saying it's a mistake. But Carl, to Spartacus's point is, he rounds the keeper, and if he's not fouled, he slots it in, so he would have scored.
Yeah, true. That's fair. I'm not saying that. I guess for me, I'm just. Yeah,
this is the thing.
I'm waiting to be convinced. I'm still not there yet.
One thing I will take out, I think you're being slightly
Hold on, Martin. Spartacus was talking.
Sorry, go on.
Because that's the thing. Savvy right there, he played to his strengths, right? His strengths are ball carrying and passing. If he tries the chip, that's not his game.
Okay,
So he
that's
went
fair.
to what he's good at, and it's dribbling. So he dribbles around the goalkeeper and slots it in. So I don't think that's. And then if
Yeah, that's
Cherokee
fair.
skill set, probably finishing is better than Savio, so he's probably gonna chip that. So I think that's the
Yeah.
difference between
That's
the two
fair.
of them.
That's fair. See, I'm not that bad, right? I just have to
No,
convince you.
I'm sorry to. I was just laughing because the way it came. He had to chip him, so it had to be like the FIFA finish rather than just a simple finish. I do like the levels of quality though you were throwing out there, Carl. He's got to score. He's got to score the bicycle kick to me. No, the thing is, I said this to Carl the other day. I was like, Savino, he, at the minute, listen, we know he needs to improve. Which is why he's coming on with 5 minutes to go.
Yeah.
He's not starting games. He's not playing 60, 70 minutes. He's coming in. The max he's had is like 10 minutes in the last few games.
Yeah.
And to be fair,
Ever
he's
since
made
ever
most
since he
of the
got
last
this,
two,
yeah.
so good for
That's
him.
Ever
fair.
since the
That's
start
fair.
versus Leverkusen, I think it's been a gradual more play.
And that's my issue earlier with the going back to the Bob. It's not against Bob's not even getting the 5 minutes. So that's when I know the writing's on the wall somewhere.
Well, we'll see. We're
I
about to
think
play a
Savio will
game every
start
4
Wednesday.
days. We're about to see. We're going into this winter break. A game every 4 days. We'll see. We'll
Oh,
see
we've
what
got a
happens
game
off the
on
bench.
Wednesday night. We've got a game Wednesday, haven't we?
We do.
Come where you coming?
Rest everyone. Rest everyone.
Or are
Yeah,
you watching it on the
that's what I'm worried
Whoa.
about. How
Are
long
you
does
watch?
it
Are you
take?
watching it on the TV? You watching it on the TV?
Oh,
Wednesday,
don't do that,
Carl?
Martin. Don't do. What'd you
Why
say,
you
Kels?
salty? Why
Kels,
you
what'd
salty?
you say?
Why
Nah,
you
don't
salty,
respond,
man?
Conway. Conway, don't respond to that. Don't respond
Just
to that.
because you didn't get to see this 3-0 win, I know you're salty, man.
Conway,
But
don't
this is the
respond.
thing:
Kels,
if Martin goes to the game, it's not a 3-1 win. It's not a 3-0 win. It's a-
Facts, Marcus, facts.
That's
I'm nervous about this Wednesday game. I don't know how far we'll go with it, or how serious we'll take it, because Nico G looks like he looks like Rodri at the end of the 4P season. He
all right.
needs a rest.
I gotta cut Kels off.
Silence.
I gotta cut Kels off. We're gonna keep this positive right now. Going into the League Cup.
We're winning the
We got that-
Carabao Cup. We are
got that
winning the
coming up.
Carabao.
I don't want to steal. I don't want to steal any material that's going to be discussed on True City Fan, on Pitch Points, or on the Mancunian Way with regards to that upcoming game. CIA. We dealt with Game Week 16. Listen, Arsenal are in trouble because that performance versus Wolves raises a lot of questions. What we
Can I
did versus
just?
Crystal Palace-
I have got a question while we're doing the rivals part, and I just want to know because I got told Egal was a little bit more humble today, and there was a little bit of fear in his voice.
I can confirm
that
that.
true?
I was there.
Was that true?
Yes, he didn't say that he wasn't saying, he was saying like if we win the league, not when we, that kind of stuff. That kind of energy. I'm just letting him have the pressure too. I said, you're the favorites. I said that could change, but right now you're the favorites.
They are the
You can
favorites.
have this. That's you.
Can I say
know,
one
I
thing?
know we're coming, but I'm playing the slow burn with the Arsenal fans. I'm gonna
like
toy
that.
with them. I'm gonna keep saying they're the favorites. Like, I know it's gonna get to them. Like, I'm gonna be very like, yeah, man, it's still your league to win. Like, it's still yours. You know.
Do
You know,
people
after the
realize
great
that
win over
if
Wolves,
we-
I'm gonna get on them really bad tomorrow on Judge Mo's show.
Yeah, no,
Do
you do that,
people
and then you got
realize
Martin doing it
that-
on Tuesday. Sorry, go ahead, Spartacus. Go ahead.
Do people realize that if we win all of our games, we win the league?
Yes, I'm very.
We
aware.
gotta calm down, man. We gotta calm down.
Hang on, right. I'm going to say this. Manchester City
No,
are not going to win every single game. We're going to drop points again.
Spartacus, what are you doing?
No, we are going to drop points, but so are Arsenal. So it's fully on our hands. Like,
Yeah, but what? But this is CIA intelligent agendas. What do you mean if we win every single game, we win our league?
Baby Simba, man.
Yeah.
Baby Simba.
When we win every single game 5-0 in the 20th minute, maybe then you'll
No.
believe.
Sorry,
but this is the
can I-
point.
can I-
Like, we can win the league is in our hands. Like, it's not on Arsenal's hands. It's
You
in
can't be
our
saying
hands.
No,
Spartacus,
no,
you
no,
can't
no,
say
no,
that.
no, no. We're shutting that down. No, the league is not in our hands.
It's
We
not in our
are
hands.
2 points off Arsenal. They
in
need
both
to screw
hands.
up. No.
It's not in our hands. It's not in our
We
hands.
have less points than them. It's not in our hands.
No,
Yep.
I know what Spartacus saying.
No, we're not. No, Spartacus. No. You don't know what Spartacus said because what he's saying is not factually correct.
Yep.
But no, we'll
It
ask him.
is.
You
It is.
ask him if it's about the Etihad game.
Yes, it's the Etihad game.
There
They're
you
not
go.
winning at the
So
Etihad.
I know exactly what he's saying, Vader.
So
the problem is
okay.
Spartacus they could draw though.
That game's not until March though. We got to
They're
come back.
not getting a draw. They're not getting a draw.
All right,
They have
so
the last 2 seasons.
they can go on a win streak. We can go on a win streak, but
Yes.
their win streak will end when they play us. And
I
we'll
would
win
say
the
it's
league.
in
Yes.
more Arsenal's hands. Yeah, it is in more Arsenal.
All right,
Let's
I'm with
just
you.
let them have the pressure. We know
Exactly,
how well they
Kels.
do with
Exactly.
the pressure.
What are they
It's
doing
fine.
here?
We're baby
I'm
Simba.
gonna
We're
keep,
baby
like
Simba.
I said, I'm gonna keep bigging them up on the shows and be like, yeah, you guys are the clear
It's
favorites.
their league to lose. They have
But
the most complete
this is
squad.
my issue. But we're now doing what we've had to go at rivals for.
What are you talking
Why
about?
can't
What?
Try and see where we land.
No, but what did you say earlier, Martin? You said we're not even meant to be here. So let's just go under the radar.
No,
Yeah.
no, come on, I get that.
Yeah, I've
No,
heard other
come on,
people say that
come
we
on.
are underdogs.
I'm
not
going
gonna
to. I'm not
call-
going to lie. I'm not
I'm
going to
just
lie.
gonna say we're not the
I
favorites.
predicted we'd win the league in July. Because you know what? I'm not bothered if I'm wrong.
Oh, my
If
God.
Arsenal win it, I'm not bothered.
No, see, you just saying it and not having facts to back on your reasoning doesn't carry any weight. Like,
It's just going
No,
on vibes.
I'm
just
not-
going on
no,
vibes.
Vate, no, I'm not going on vibes. I've explained my reasoning very early on in July. Because Pep
Okay.
Guardiola is our manager. And
Okay.
the way what happened, and I'm sorry, I think last season was actually the best thing that ever happened to us. Because I think it gave everyone a reality check to come back down to earth a bit. Because I think we all got, including the club, including the board, including the manager, everyone, we were on a crest of a wave of winning all these trophies 4 in a row, and we thought it was just a given. And I
Yeah.
think we lost a little bit of fight, a little bit of
you know where I would chalk it up?
that drive where you need.
I think what happened, I don't know if it was,
49ers.
again, you can look at it different ways. I don't know if it was so much arrogance on our side or underestimating what the other clubs around us were going to do. I think we really took our foot off the gas because we saw Liverpool not invest in the summer, and we saw an Arsenal invest in.
I think we rested on our laurels. I'll put it that way. I think we
I think
rested
we
on
just
our
Yeah.
assumed
laurels.
Rodri was gonna keep going like a machine, and that was the reality check. Is the one player you can't afford to lose, you lost. Where
Yeah.
do you go from here? And there was just nothing. We didn't recruit enough. We didn't recruit enough for that part of the park to make up for him. And the people we had on hand just couldn't do the job. that they
Yeah,
were being asked.
in a way of, I think for 4 years we've all thought we're inhuman, and if you punch us, we don't bleed. Last season we got a bloody nose, and we went, "Oh, we do bleed. We are human." I put it. Do you remember that Rocky? Do you remember Rocky 4? Rocky 4, great film. Ivan Drago against Rocker. On the fight at the end, Rocky punches him and he cuts his eye and he says, "He does bleed. He's a man."
Yeah.
That was us last season. We had to take a shot, cut us open to go, "Oh, we're actually real. We can be got at."
And to use that same analogy, what happened this year and what happens moving forward is that training sequence in the Rocky movie. That's what we're getting back into in terms of building ourselves up. That training montage where he's chopping logs and he's pulling a sled and he's doing all. That's where we're at to try to get back to our winning ways. Now,
Drinking
guys
rye.
and girls in the chat, I see my Caribbean people, my Bayesian Reds in the mix, tuned into CIA. I see y'all. Hit that like button, subscribe. I know you're catching us at the end of the show, and it's been absolutely amazing. I see all of you, and again, from a involvement standpoint, the chat has been lit. From the likes, I haven't looked it up, but I hope you guys have been in the mix doing the damn thing. And with regards to the show, expect this every Sunday. What an amazing panel. Conway, Pitch Points, Gun DeLorean, Kells, who's doing our business on these panel shows, Spartacus giving me the stats and the figures and he's able to join, and Martin, also another fighter in the spaces and on the panels. He's going to have Kells and him are going to have a busy week. But listen, game week 16, We addressed our most important threat with regards to Arsenal and their poor performance versus Wolves and some of the things that we're going to be poking at throughout the week. We also talked about our performance, what we're seeing from Shirky, Foden, Holland with his continued goal scoring, and the assist leader who was out for 2 months with Shirky, and the player that didn't deserve being player of the year, showing why he shouldn't have been doubted and why he's getting back to his good form. Across the board, we're just getting started. This is City, CIA,
Can I just say one thing,
intelligent agendas.
And one more thing too.
You need to add Villa. Add Villa into this mix.
Add Villa to a threat.
Yeah.
Everybody. Okay, we're gonna add Villa to the threat level. We're gonna raise their threat level. Should we bring Liverpool back into the threat level?
Yep.
Yeah, they won, so I would say yeah.
Okay. No.
Right,
I think Villa are on a run that is going very under the radar at the minute.
I would agree with you.
I think it's like 10 wins, isn't it?
They're only 1 point off us.
Villa won 9 straight games, but we need to bring Liverpool back as well.
We need to bring Liverpool back to the threat level. Yeah. No, I agree.
Go put pressure on them.
It's serious.
We'll be bringing Man U back in a minute.
Well, Man U, if they win on Monday.
Oh, don't do that, Veta. No. I was being sarky. Don't do that. Don't do that, Veta.
Put Newcastle United than Manchester United in there.
Veta, I will get my own back on Wednesday night. I'll get my own back Wednesday. Don't do this.
If United win, they're at 28 points. That'll take them tied with Chelsea.
Yep,
it's a big word.
6 points behind us.
It's a big word with them.
Fair enough. But listen, guys and girls, I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm gonna do this as much as I can, as often as I can, and I got an incredible agents that joined the show. Spartacus, congratulations on being an official agent. Everyone else, thanks for being here again. We'll have a mix and match, other people joining as well. This is Vader Games TV, CIA, Intelligent Agendas, Game Week 16. I've loved it. I need to work on my outro for this show. So enjoy this outro from what I do on 115. That's one question, 15 minutes. Enjoy some previous thumbnails.